So let's talk about something that I think is on pretty much everyone's mind: freedom. But not just any freedom. We're talking about financial freedom and time freedom. We're going to break down what they are, why they're actually different, and then dive into a really powerful, super practical way to get both so you can finally start living life completely on your own terms. I mean, does this hit close to home? You spend the best, most energetic hours of your day stuck at a desk, working for somebody else, and you're left with this feeling like you're not really in the driver's seat of your own life. That feeling, right there, that's the starting line for the journey we're about to map out. It's that itch, that desire to find another way.
Okay, so to get this right, we've got to be super clear on two big ideas. First up, you've got financial freedom. Think of this as the destination, right? It's that point where work is totally optional because your money is making enough money to cover your entire life. It's all about how much money you have. But then there's time freedom. And this is the journey. This is all about how you make your money and whether you're in control of your own schedule.
But let's be real, these two things are totally linked. For most of us, the goal isn't just to have a giant Scrooge McDuck-style vault of cash. No way. The real prize is the autonomy, the options that money gives you. It's the freedom to decide what you're doing on a random Tuesday afternoon. Financial freedom is the key, sure, but time freedom is the door it unlocks. Okay, picture this. You've got two people, both earning the exact same great income, let's say 10 grand a month. One's a corporate lawyer. Their time freedom, super low. They're chained to the desk, long hours, no flexibility. The other is a remote developer. High time freedom. They work when they want, from wherever they want. Same income, but their lives are worlds apart. It just proves that how you make your money can matter a whole lot more than how much you make.
So the big question is, how do we get there? Well, society usually points us down one of these three roads to wealth. You can save money, you can invest money, or you can earn more money. Let's take a quick look at why those first two are probably the scenic route, when what you really want is the freeway.
Let's start with saving. Look, it's a great habit, everyone should do it. But as a path to freedom, it's painfully slow. The honest truth is that you just can't pinch enough pennies to get free in your 30s or 40s. If you want freedom before you're collecting a pension, saving alone just isn't going to cut it. Okay, so what about investing? I mean, investing is amazing, for sure. But here's the thing. It's a multiplier, not a creator. Unless you are feeding that investment machine with a massive salary and saving a huge chunk of it, it's still going to take decades for that compound interest magic to really kick in. For most of us, it's just too slow. So if saving is the slow lane and investing is the slightly faster but still pretty slow lane, what's the express lane? Well, it's that third option. As the saying goes, you gotta earn more money. That right there is the engine that can seriously accelerate your journey. And you know, the math on this is just undeniable. Someone pulling in $10 million a year can hit financial freedom in like a couple of years, but someone earning 100 grand, it'll take them decades. This just shows you the single biggest factor in how fast you get there isn't how well you budget, it's your income. Period. All right, so we've settled that earning more is the key. But that brings us right back to our lawyer and our developer. How do you earn more in a way that gives you time freedom instead of sucking it all away? Well, that leads us to a very specific kind of vehicle. And what is that vehicle? For a lot of people, the answer is what's called a lifestyle business. A lifestyle business completely flips the script on what a business is supposed to be. Its main goal isn't to take over the world or become a billion-dollar unicorn. Nope. Its goal is to make enough profit to give you, the founder, the exact life and freedom you actually want. And just to be crystal clear, this is the polar opposite of your typical Silicon Valley startup. A startup is built for one thing: insane growth, at all costs to make investors happy. A lifestyle business is built for your life, to make you happy. One is all about the exit strategy, the other is about creating a better existence. A really cool way to think about this is through what we can call the 4 Fs. Is the work you're doing actually fun? Does it give you flexibility? Do you find it fulfilling? And of course, does it hit your goals for your finances? When you can check all 4 of those boxes, you unlock the 5th F, freedom. Okay, I know what you're thinking. This sounds amazing, but it brings up the million-dollar question. Where in the world do you find an idea for a business like this? How do you find something that actually works? Well, first, let's talk about the biggest mistake pretty much everyone makes:
Here's the trap. The number one mistake is starting with the solution. We fall in love with our own brilliant idea. I'm going to build an app for this, or I want to start a super cool t-shirt company. We start with the product, but that is completely backwards, and it's why most businesses are dead on arrival. So here's the right way to do it. It's a simple 3-step process. Step 1, find a person or a group of people who have money to spend. Step 2, talk to them and figure out a painful problem they're dealing with. And only then, step 3, you build a solution to that very specific problem. You start with the customer, not the product.
And this leads to a huge insight. You literally get to choose your difficulty level. You can play business on hard mode or on easy mode. The sexy ideas, the fashion lines, the coffee shops, the fitness apps, that's hard mode. The competition is absolutely brutal. But the boring businesses that solve real, unglamorous problems, that's easy mode, because you actually have a chance to win.
Professor Scott Galloway just nails it when he says this. The cooler and more glamorous an industry sounds, the more people are going to flock to it. It's just a magnet for competition. So if your goal is freedom and profit, not just looking cool, you're so much better off finding a boring problem in an unsexy industry where you can actually dominate. So at the end of the day, your vehicle to freedom, it's not about following your passion into a field that's already saturated. It's about creating real, tangible value. It's about finding a painful problem that someone with money is desperate to solve, and then you become the absolute best solution for them. That is the most reliable path there is. So I'll just leave you with this one question to chew on. Forget about the cool ideas for a minute. What painful, unsexy, maybe even boring problem that people with money are desperate to solve could you start looking into this week? Because the answer to that question might just be your first real step on the path to freedom.